Thank you. Thank you for giving me a couple of minutes to talk about this exciting new project. I am a fan of your work. First of all, how much did you know about Resident Evil before taking on the role?
So when this project first came to me, I only knew the films. I didn't know anything about the video games. I didn't even realize that it was the entire franchise was based on a series of video games. So when it first came to me, like I said, I only knew the movies. So I had the good fortune of being able to read the first 7 episodes before I even met with anybody about the possibility of me playing the role. So because I was able to read the first 7 episodes, I was hooked. I was hooked by the character. I was hooked by the story. I really wanted to do it.
Excellent. Thank you for that. So I like how you play these stoic, serious characters, but at the same time, very dedicated and very driven. However, I can say that it is one of the few times that I've seen you in a completely different role. So without revealing any spoilers, what was your reaction when you found out about one of the surprises that has to do with your character?
Oh, if I was as I was reading it, I was already hooked. But then when I got there, I was like, oh man, I have to do this. Oh man, I got to do this. Got to do it. Got to do it.
Excellent. So on an acting level, what was that kind of a challenge, or what kind of challenge does this aspect of the character presents to you?
Well, the biggest challenge wasn't playing the other aspects of the character as much as it was when I had to play more than one aspect of the character in the same scene. So it just meant it was just a real challenge in terms of preparation.
Okay, so you have lent your voice on several occasions. You have given voice on several occasions for video games. So how different is this experience from voicing character from a video game?
My experience of voicing video games is very different from my experience of voicing doing live action. Live action through-line storytelling, like film and television. Only because so much of video games is doing lines in isolation. So and most of the time I'm not working with other people. I'm just doing my lines. So even in a game, for example, like Horizon Zero Dawn, which is very, very much a continuous story, and playing the game is about figuring stuff out so you can keep moving through the story. Even though I did so much work on that video game, by the time it was over, because my experience was so disjointed and solo, I didn't know what the game was about. I didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other thing is, because of that, you require so much more help from the director. Whereas as opposed to this, once you get into groove, you kind of want the director to stay out of your way, unless you're doing something that that's just so out of what they want, or you're lost.
Okay. Thank you for that. So one last question: are you the kind of actor that investigates before taking on a role? And if so, what kind of research do you do for any role?
Well, in terms of investigating before I take on a role, it's really more about the script. Either I respond to the character or I don't. And I respond to the story or I don't. Then once I get the role, then if I've got research to do, I do it.
Okay, perfect. So again, Lance, sorry for turning off the camera, but I'm having problems with my connection. So thank you again for giving me a couple of minutes to talk about this exciting and great project. I watched it in 2 days and I loved it. So hopefully I hope to see you again in a second season. So thank you. Thank you again, and stay safe.
Thank you.